a rogue player, you don't want him to have the coin because you don't want him to combo. So right now it's just kind of like a double whammy right here.
He does have Catch and Auctioneer preparation though, so some potential opened up for things to happen. This is gonna be Dagger Pass, and not a ton of action going on.
You know, previously in this mirror matchup, you always wanted to save. You always wanted Auctioneer in your opening hand, and if you had an Auctioneer, you always wanted preparation in your opening hand. In this kind of a slower matchup against non-aggro decks, do you think that's still the case right now in this scenario, where you have cards like Violet Teacher and like Azure Drake in your that are minions that you can play earlier instead?
It's tough to say. Like, I would imagine if he's going to play with Auctioneer, he probably wants Auctioneer in preparation. But I can understand mulliganing it. Instead, it's going to be a 6/6 Van Cleef on turn 3 for show, and he's going to take out this Earth Ring Farseer. This is about one of the worst things I think that can happen for Firebat.
Yeah, Firebat is what show is basically saying is either you have sap or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Even if Firebat had something like Backstab, Eviscerate, it would still be pretty worth it for just something like a Van Cleef that's just 3 mana and 1 card.
So tough. I think he's just got to go with. I think he's got to go with his own Van Cleef, honestly. Just hope for the best. He's got Loatheb next turn though, so he's not completely out of this. And Show, I imagine, is going to be applying some pressure, but he's got to have a mindful eye for the fact that this could get a little bit out of control. And Firebat's going to choose to initiate the possibility of taking 18 damage to have to clear this Van Cleef, and you can see it's pained him. But he just really doesn't have any other options available to him. He has to kill this Van Cleef, and unless he draws something next turn, he's not going to be able to do it with what he has, so he starts it now.
Unlike Firebat, Show has like a really good response for this Van Cleef. Backstab SI Agent is going to get the job done really nicely.
Even if it was a bigger Van Cleef, he still would have had options to take it out.
Oh wow, this play is even better actually. He saw that Show didn't have the sap, so he forces Show, or he saw that Firebat didn't have the sap, so he forces Firebat to have the sap once again.
Loatheb's going to come down, but I do not think this is going to be enough. It's just too much damage bought by this early Van Cleef. Show's got 9 points on the board, and he's able to develop further. He picks up Azure Drake right on curve.
Even more pressure on the field.
Has 2 Blade Flurries, but I don't think those matter too much right now. Firebat needs some major action this turn to get going. And Azure Drake, I don't think it's going to be enough. What does Firebat have to draw here?
He needs to Auctioneer into preparation, into
Blade Flurry,
into another preparation, into another